All right, well, we had a really challenging opening weekend, and I was really pleased with how we made adjustments and improved from night one to night two. It's been fun to play Florida again on Sunday, but you know, that Oregon team was a team that beat us last year down in Florida in 4. And pretty much it's the same team minus one player. So felt pretty good about how we played against Oregon and beating them 3-0. So it was a really good bounce back for us. And so I think we got something to build on now. And I think Florida was just Florida played well. I mean, they should have won the tournament. And I think, you know, that was just we were nervous, made a lot of errors. And, you know, and the great thing is that I'm going to stress to them today is, you know, we had way more errors than we ever have had in a long time on Friday night, but then Saturday night we come back and we have 3 players that have 0 hitting errors. So really great adjustment by our team and fixing what we didn't do well the first night. So I'm really encouraged by that. This week we have a tournament, 3 matches, and then the football game Saturday night. So it's always a fun weekend for Husker sports fans. It's a fun weekend for us. It gets people out of work on Friday to get to come to our match at 12 noon. The reason we play 3 matches is to get these teams to come here. They all want to play 3 matches, so that's why we got to play 2 in one day. And with football, you know, we can only play 1 that day, and so it's a little bit different. But again, it's a great sports weekend, and I love it because I get to go to the football game without worrying about having to coach a match after the football game. So, questions?
Think your players learned anything that they might not have if you weren't playing top 10, top 20 teams this weekend?
I think for, you know, our freshmen and you know, Sam and being out there, I think for them, I think they realize the sense of urgency you have to have. You've got to take advantage of opportunities when you get them. When you get served 2 points, you better get the 3rd serve in after a challenge. You know, missing a serve is going to cost us 2 or 3 points. So I just think those teams make you pay when you make mistakes or you make mental errors. And so I think that's the biggest thing that they learned from this weekend. I mean, we talk about it, but until you go through it, it's a tough deal. So that's I think that's the biggest takeaway.
What did you like about how Nicklin played in areas other than just the setting parts, the location, the tempo?
Yeah, she's a total baller. I mean, she made a dig at the 2-foot line on the Oregon lefty that hit a shot. I mean, you know, put her hands up and got that thing up. I think we won the rally. She serves, she plays D. Her blocking is okay. We got to get that better, but she just is a total competitor, baller, and just does things that you can't measure or the stats don't measure.
In the difference of a year, how do you feel today compared to maybe you did that Monday after you opened last year?
That's a long time ago. I just remember we were 0-2, but we had hope because I thought we did some good things. I think this team showed maybe they're ahead of last year's team on this first weekend by coming back and beating Oregon. And last year we lost to Oregon on the first match. We lost to Florida in 5. But, you know, like I said, we're trying to replace 3 All-Americans and Sydney Townsend, who basically played almost every match for 4 years, with basically we had 4 freshmen or 3 freshmen and Sam, who's didn't play last year. So those are some big shoes to fill. But like I said, I think this group can do it, and these young players they came here knowing that they would have this opportunity, and I think they're embracing it. But there's going to be growing pains. So.
What's your overall feelings on the Big Ten this year?
Yeah, so keep the cameras off me when they hit it 30 feet out, okay, please. So or pictures, so I don't have to hear about it from everybody. Like I had a grumpy look. So go ahead.
What's your feelings on the Big Ten this year overall?
I really haven't thought about them. I just know we got a tough schedule. We play Penn State twice, Minnesota twice. We go to Wisconsin. We got to go to Purdue. I mean, it's just a lot of tough matches. So, but this is why we grind in the preseason. We want to be prepared for that, and we're going to be in a lot of big matches here next 3 weeks.
John, do you have a timetable for Lexi's son to play this week?
It depends how she progresses this week. So we're going to amp it up this week and see how she responds. It's kind of one of those deals you just got to keep pushing it, but you can't go too much. So that's the delicate balance. So we'll just have to see. But we have a plan today, and she's doing more today, and she's done all preseason so far.
Is there a chance she'll play this weekend, or is that maybe a little too?
I probably think that's too ambitious. So again, we're erring on the side of caution.
What did you think of the way Jazz Sweet played this weekend?
I thought Jazz played great in games 3-4 against Florida. And then I thought she rallied later in the game and some big points against Oregon, especially in game 3. I'd like to see Jazz, play at a really high level from the first point. And that's what I got to talk to her about. I think she's feeling her way in, and she's still feeling her way with Nicklin and her sets. So we got to get her playing at a really high level, because she can really be, as she did last year. I mean, she can really cause teams problems, and she can really help make our attack really strong.
John, that spot with Capri and Sammy, are you a little more confused about how to rotate and manage that playing time now as you were going into?
I'm not confused, because I'm making it really simple. Whoever comes in and gets after it is aggressive. That's who's going to play. And I saw them both be really tentative. And so Sam was tentative against Florida. I brought Capri in. She was aggressive. I started Capri. She was tentative. I brought Sam in. She was aggressive. So whoever has the eye of the tiger is going to be out there. That'll be the message to them today. Of course, they'll probably have to go back and say, what's the eye of the tiger? And then I'll have to tell them about the Rocky Balboa movies, and then they'll like, what? Who's that? And I say, well, get it on YouTube and check it out.
More questions?